Hey everybody, it's Bob Crossan, Senior Managing Editor for Water and Waste Digest, and throughout the rest of this year, we are featuring all of our 2020 WWD top projects in video interview format on every Tuesday. And so today with me, I have Derek Lubie. He is CEO of Electrolytic Technologies. I also have Andy Kwok, Managing Director of Veatch Hong Kong Ltd. And then I also have Samson Chan, Senior Engineer of Consultants for Managing Division for the Water Supply Department for Tai Po. And this interview is about the Tai Po water treatment works and on-site chlorine generation. So yeah, why don't we start with you, Samson? Could you give us a little bit of background on the Tai Po water treatment works and how many people it serves? Just some basic information, set the stage for where this is located and what it does, what it looks like.
Okay. For Tai Po treatment works, of course, just like the name it is in Tai Po. It is one of the largest treatment works in Hong Kong, and its original capacity is 400 million liters per day, the production rate. And after the completion of this project, it doubles the size, and the treatment capacity become 800 million liters per day. And after the completion of this project, we can serve up to about 1/3 of the population in Hong Kong, and our treatment works can serve Tai Po, can serve the Kowloon Peninsula area, and also the Hong Kong west and central areas. And that's it.
Gotcha. So, Andy, you wanted to talk a little bit about kind of the goals for this project with the chlorine generation and whatnot. Could you talk about the goals for this expansion and what you guys from Black & Veatch's side were trying to accomplish here?
Sure, thank you. The primary goals and aims of the expansion project for Tai Po water treatment works is to meet the needs of a population and economic growth of Hong Kong. Just as Samson mentioned that it will support, 30% of the total population of Hong Kong. The population of Hong Kong at the moment is 7.5 million. So it also represents Water Supply Department's vision to enhance the reliability and flexibility of the water supply and distribution system. Thank you.
Yeah. So why was chlorine generation such an important consideration here? What was the reasoning behind that?
Well, for chlorine, we have the first purpose is to do the disinfection to disinfect the raw water from the Nongjian and also from the local catchment. And the second one is that we need to keep the residual chlorine in the final water such that we can maintain the good quality water supply to our customers in Hong Kong. And that's it.
Yeah. So there were some chlorine cylinders that had been on site for when you were storing chlorine and using the chemical, but that had since been decommissioned and removed prior to the completion of this project. How did this impact the chlorine supply? So when you were how did this impact the chlorine supply? How did this impact your disinfection at that time?
Very good question. Actually, sodium hypochlorite will be used for disinfection as the interim measure for maintaining continuous plant operation during the gap, which is after the chlorine cylinders have been decommissioned and before the completion of the on-site chlorine generation sets.
Okay. And then, so Derek, I wanted to throw this to you because your technology was used in this. Could you talk a little bit about how that addressed these challenges there, and how did you guys work with them to make this a work and become a top project?
Sure. So before the installation or at the planning stages, Hong Kong was importing chlorine gas cylinders in 1-ton cylinders. And because of safety and security, it was decided to go to an alternate technology. The Chlorine technology was selected because of the safety record and the ability to produce chlorine gas on site, on demand, and also produce sodium hypochlorite as the co-product. This alleviated all the issues associated with pressurized chlorine, and they were able to continue treating the water with chlorine gas. And we see a lot of utilities similar to what Hong Kong's done, exploring on-site alternatives to their pressurized chlorine gas. And by implementing on-site chlorine gas or sodium hypochlorite generation as a chemical procurement method, it alleviates all the associated risks with pressurized chlorine gas. And these risks include, safety of the operators and surrounding communities. Increased reliability and stability of the product is important. And we're able to provide chlorine gas and sodium hypochlorite cost effectively and safely at point of use.
Yeah. That's really excellent. I do know I've even heard, especially in the US, of a lot of utilities trying to move away from purchasing bulk chemicals and doing something a little bit different to not only save themselves costs but also change. It's something that their customers are looking for as well. Or is this something that you are recognizing in your efforts to do alternative stuff like this as well?
Yes, we're seeing this on a global basis throughout the US and Asia. Southeast Asia is an enormous growth market for us. We have a Hong Kong head office that serves our Southeast Asia customers. In Hong Kong specifically, we have an operations team of about 10 operators and engineers. This team is involved in a 24/7 supplying support services to both the Tai Po water treatment plant and the Atume water treatment plant on-site generation operations.
Yeah, awesome. Well, I do appreciate you all taking the time to talk to me about this project and talk to me a little bit more about what you guys did and the challenges you had to overcome. Is there anything else that you'd like to mention before we let you guys go?
I think, just in closing, I think that Black & Veatch and WSD have done a remarkable project at the Tai Po water treatment plant. It's definitely a showpiece in terms of on-site generation and something that they should both be proud of. And as a company, we're very happy to be part of this project.
So shall I just add a little bit with this project, the Tai Po water treatment projects? One number of prestigious award. This includes the Autodesk Hong Kong BRM Awards 2017, the winning organization, and also the Construction Industrial Council Hong Kong Sustainable Construction Award, and also the Association of Consulting Engineer of Hong Kong Annual Award 2018. So this is project which, as Derek said, we are proud of that.
Yeah, earning so many accolades is it certainly showcases why it is a top project for us as well. Yeah. Well, thank you all for joining me, and we'll catch you on the next one.
Great, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.